Today, the Olmsted County Sheriff's Office laid out as much information as it could about the fatal shooting of a man who stepped out of his home with his son to see who was lurking around his property on Sunday night. The man killed has been identified as 70-year-old John Colbert. And now KIMT News 3's Anthony Monzon is going to walk us through what investigators said happened and what they told us today during that press conference, Anthony.
Yep, that's right, Tyler. There are still plenty of questions about why the accused shooter, William Shillingford, showed up at John Colbert's residence near Oxbow Park Sunday night, taking the life of a 70-year-old Byron man on Mother's Day. Shillingford is a 31-year-old from Casson who at one point was employed as a fitness manager or instructor at a gym in Byron. Today, he was arraigned on 2 counts of second-degree murder and 1 count of second-degree assault with a dangerous weapon. Each murder charge carries a maximum sentence of 40 years in prison, while the assault charge comes with a maximum 10-year sentence. Prosecutors say Shillingford has a history of concerning behavior, and tonight we're learning new information on why he may have targeted Colbert. Authorities piecing together what led to a Mother's Day tragedy marking the first reported murder in Olmsted County this year. One fact emerging in the aftermath, the accused shooter, William Shillingford, and victim John Colbert knew each other before Sunday night.
Their families were acquaintances, so they did know each other. He has hunted on this property before, but for that night, we don't know what led him there.
Court documents reveal Colbert's son was at the residence around 10:45 that night on County Road 105 near Oxbow Park when he saw a gray Toyota Tacoma pull in, circling the driveway once before parking. The son walked out to a detached garage on the property where he noticed a white male hiding around the corner. An outdoor video surveillance system captured the entire incident, including the moment Colbert and his son returned to the garage with the 70-year-old armed with a handgun. As they approached, police say video shows the suspect racked his own handgun, assumed a shooting stance, and fired 3 rounds in 3 different shooting positions, one hitting Colbert in the arm and another grazing his midsection.
Mr. Colbert's son grabbed the gun from Mr. Colbert, stepped back outside and fired 2 rounds towards Shillingford's parked vehicle. Shillingford ran from the residence in an easterly direction towards an unoccupied building on an adjacent property.
Colbert was bleeding out and unresponsive by the time emergency crews arrived. He was pronounced dead minutes later. Meanwhile, responding officers set up a perimeter to contain the shooter, who they believed was Shillingford after checking the registration of the truck in the driveway. 2 witnesses reported seeing a man tiptoe across a field, hide in a ditch, and run from police coming into the area. Officers then saw Shillingford run toward the driveway of a nearby residence and detained him at gunpoint. Shillingford was said to be extremely belligerent and continued to yell out random names. Investigators later found a handgun and empty magazine inside a barn event center where they say Shillingford was hiding out. Now, investigators are still looking into a potential motive, as well as whether Shillingford was intoxicated or having some sort of mental health crisis. One detail that does stand out, however, is that Shillingford visited relatives with his children that day and made multiple different stops spanning into the evening. Authorities add before he went to Colbert's house, he was speaking with a friend whose name has not yet been disclosed. Tyler.
All right, Anthony, thank you very much. Now, Shillingford's next court appearance will be on May 24th, and you can count on us to stay on top of this story throughout the entire trial.